Well, hello and welcome to Marty Plays Games. We are on the weekend stream and we are taking a look at Rogue Trader, Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader on the PC. Nothing to do with stocks and shares. This is a Warhammer game. It is a CRPG. So there's going to be lots of text in this one, lots of looking at skills and spells and powers and setting up your team for an adventure through the universe. It has got very positive reviews recently and most positive overall. Released in December 2023. Made in close partnerships with Games Workshop, Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader is a story-rich classic RPG from Owlcat Games, developers of the critically acclaimed game Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. So we're going to take a quick look at the settings. There's quite a lot of stuff here to play about with. We're not sending game stats to Owlcat. We've got blood on and gore on. What I saved on? Some tooltip steps. Bloody hell. That's a broken word today. Tooltip text we have on. And all the tutorial stuff is turned on. So this is pretty much your default here. Controls. I have turned edge scrolling off because who likes edge scrolling? We're playing this mouse keyboard, not on the pad, so no need to invert the y-axis, even though that is the correct way to use pad. We are playing at 1440p in exclusive full screen. We've got custom level that on, that's because I have set this to frame rate limit 120, FSR's turned off, everything else is maxed out on here. So screen space reflections, no RT in this one. No, we're all on max. Very dense crowds, shocking. You've got some brightness, contrast, gamma correction stuff here, no HDR. And sound volume sliders for voice, music, sound effects, so they've been reduced a bit. Just so our levels are quite nice and accessible. And then we've got a couple of accessibility options around changing colour schemes and text sizes. So that's that. So we will go backwards. Can we cancel that? No. Apparently not. No way to cancel. Oh, that's a bug then, isn't it? Or maybe cancel is only active when you've changed something. Still. We're going to play a new game. You can play this co-op, but we are going to play it solo. As developers, we're always striving to improve our work. To do this, we need to gain information from you. I don't accept. No, I don't. That's a weird dialogue. Instead of, it makes you think that if you click on cancel, you're not going to be able to continue. So they're kind of trying to push you into accepting that, I think. Don't like that, Owlcat. Just put a yes or no. Yes, I accept that, or no, I don't. Not accept and cancel. No, don't like that at all. So, we have a scenario. We are going to play the main story. What have we got on here? Oh, nothing on there. Take up the mantle of a rogue trader, a scion of an ancient dynasty of daring privateer that reign over their trade, protectorate, and explore the fringes of the known galaxy. Darkness looms over the bloodline of von Valancius. Or Valancius. There's no O in that. Valancius. As it faces multiple threats from within its own ranks and without. as countless enemies seek to destroy the most daring and brave agents of humanity. I'd like it if I could change the font on this to something a little different than that. It is up to you to hold the reins of the shattered protectorate and forge a new path for the von Valancius dynasty, currently finding itself in a vortex of wars, intrigues, calamities and heresy. The stakes are high and rise even higher as you cross paths with terrifying, powerful and ambitious adversaries in the darkness of the Coronus Expanse. Thanks for that. That is explained. We have some difficulty options here. From story up to unfair. Don't think I'm going to be playing on that. But yeah, that's loads of modifiers. That's quite good. Like that. Like this bit. Enemy units dodge modifier. Minus 10%. So if we put this on custom, I'm guessing that we can play about with all of these sliders. Or it just changes to custom when you do that. I wonder if you can tweak this in game. Yeah, that's good. That goes to normal if you do that. What about unfair then? Space combat difficulty hard. So there's space combat as well as unit combat. Easy, daring, hard. Yeah, interesting, you got different difficulty levels there. Well, I think we'll probably play this on normal. But it's good to see you've got a lot of stuff to tweak there. And we're into the character creation. We can do custom characters or pick from these pre-gen ones. Let's do a custom character then. Create a new one. Yes, please. Appearance. These models are quite nice. "16 faces to choose from." You know, it'd be quite cool in these games as if it came in and they were just tin pewter models and you had to paint them by hand. That'd be quite good. Not a lot of variation on the faces. I mean, I'm surprised. Oh, you can zoom it in yourself actually. No, happy face, look. Bodies. Super. Oh, we'll go for that one. We can't have strange colour skins, apparently. I always like the gravity-defying hair. Oh yes. That is what we're going for. Definitely. I think the beehive look is the look that we want to go for. Tattoos. Oh, could we not change the haircut? Oh, we could, yeah. Oh, I missed eyebrows. Oh, we can have strange colour hair though. We're going for that one. Eyes. I think we're going to have to do this more than once as well. We have all of these things to go through here. Origin, Triumph, Darkest Hour, Archetypes, Characteristics, Void Ship. Definitely quite extensive on the character creation, which is good. Well, you should hope so on a CRPG. But I'd still like to get a little bit closer on the face though. Eyebrow colour. Well, I want the same colour as her hair. There we go. Tattoos. Can't see that under the skin, can you? There we go. Look at that. A whole sleeve tattoo. Can we have more than one, can we? No, that's changing the page, I think. Right, well we're going to go for that. Scars. I want to turn the scars up. I'm not a big fan of the scars. Oh, that one might be okay. We'll go with that. Augmentations. Is that all just in the head? I mean, unless she loses her hair, we're never going to see this stuff. I suppose that could be quite useful if you needed to vacuum the snot out your nose. Might a bit more difficult if you get an itch. And I think these are purely just for looks, so we'll go with that.
Watch and learn. The higher will has guided us to triumph.
I have a nose for profit and a taste for adventure.
Good for you.
Send their souls to the void. Gaze upon the powers of the veil.
We're going with mad female. Now our homeworld. So this impacts these stats. Intelligence. So I want one that's going to be positive on the intelligence. And strength. So I want pluses on strength and intelligence. Not too bothered about the other ones. Apparently we cannot do that. We can have willpower and intelligence, which should push us down a spell casting path, I think. Voidborn are humans birthed in the belly of the void vessel or on board an ancient orbital satellite. Live their lives on void ship, become inured to some extent due to the reality altering process of warp travel. They have minor deformities and strangeness to their speech, gait, or general appearance. Well, I think that is definitely us. We are Voidborn. Talents. Bloody mess. Double. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, just a flesh wound. We have a chance to survive after suffering a lethal damage. That kind of... Aren't those two things kind of exclusive, mutually exclusive? You either survive or it's not lethal. And we've got Jinx and Contagious Luck. Any non-damaging ability on an ally grants that ally the ability to reroll any failed attack. That could be useful. I definitely think we'll go with Voidborn then. I mean, I like the description. Origin. Apparently different from Homeworld. An Astra Militarum Commander. Don't sound like me. A Commissioner. Charged with maintaining the moral discipline and fighting spirit of the Astra Militarum Regiment. I can tell there's going to be a lot of words in this game that are going to trip up my tongue. Ooh, Crime Lord. I like this idea. A Crime Lord from the Void. With that hair. Nobody would mess with her. No one. You used to be one of those dangerous yet resourceful individuals. What does this give us? Better perception, logic and awareness. Now this sounds like it could be very useful for our whole magic user type character. So although Psyker might be better still, because that increases our willpower again. They are feared and distrusted, but nonetheless valuable assets. Damaging psych power count as weapon attacks, counting towards normal attack limit per turn. Wait, all those nice tattoos I've got are all hidden now by our clothes. It's like going through all that pain of having that tattoo done for nothing. We're going to go with Sanctioned Psyker. Oh, now we've got subclasses on this. Wow. Biomancers specialise in manipulating biological energy. And we have abilities and talent lists here. Warp speed increases our movement agility, does that? I'm guessing MP's movement points, not magic points. I don't know if this is based on the D&D rule set or not. And plenty of these things are, so it may well be the case. So we get different skills as a diviner. They seek to discern the hidden past of the galaxy and know the course of events yet to come. And that's quite useful if you fancy retiring and do the lottery. Does she look like a diviner? Pyromancer. Oh, now we've found the one. Yes, we are a pyromancer. A master of the flame. Triumph. Upon solving the mystery of power, psychically active A Xeno artifact. You managed to destroy the creation of countless enemies of humanity. You single-handedly saved a pilgrim ship by stopping a warp breach. Doesn't sound like the sort of thing that I would do. The power of my sorcery crushed a daemon of the arch enemy and drove it back into the warp. For that we get extra coercion, so I think we're going to go with that one. Fellowship, that's a fellowship characteristic. Yeah, it's definitely not completely D&D, is it? And it represents a character's talent to manipulate other people through intimidation and reach their desired goals via threats and pressure during the dialogue. I think we're going to go with Feat of Greatness. Grim Portents. So what are we doing here? The Darkest Hour. -5. You were accused of being possessed by a warp entity and forced into exile. No, we weren't. We were never. That never happened to us. Your sorcery caused a warp manifestation aboard a void ship. Claiming no. An error during the sanction process put you many hours of agony that nearly cost you your life. Yes. But that's knocking down our intelligence though. Or our awareness. And that's intelligence again. So, you see, I don't want perception though. I think we're going to go with Shadow of Torment. Do we get to choose? Yeah, we do get to choose our archetype. Or archetype. We're not soldier. We go with Vanguard, Master Technician, Tactician, or Grand Strategist. And then we get to Exemplar. If we go with Operative, we can go down the Grand Strategist, Assassin, or Bounty Hunter route there. So I think we're going to go with Operative. Gets us to analyse enemies, expose weaknesses. Yeah, we're going to go with that one. Now we've got skill points to distribute. Strength is down. Can we increase this then? I want to put 5 into perception. 5 into strength. And another 5 into intelligence. And I think we'll put 2 into ballistic skills. And we have a sword class frigate. What is this? This is just our ship name then. We are going to be VODs. VOD Icarus. And our name is Fudette. Well, at least we didn't have to go through that 3 times. I liked that character creation, that was very good. He's only got 1 arm. Oh no, he's sticking his thing out of his arm. Doesn't look much like a hand.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say?
You know, I
An
can't see it.
impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
You are in a dialogue. Here you can learn more about the current events, influence the character you are speaking to, or even alter the course of the game's narrative. Your character's personal story depends on the dialogue choices you make. Got it. True and awe-inspiring side. Frankly, such excess can be tiring at times. We met. All this ostenous luxury, this laughable pretense, is enough to make one think that the architects meant to compensate rather than glorify. Do you have a particular reason for disturbing me? I think, frankly, such excess can be tiring at times.
I believe there are those among us who share that sentiment. But such is our duty, is it not? To overcome base weaknesses and desires, so as to excel in our service to the God Emperor, the master of humanity.
He shakes his head and turns to you.
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencius. At your service.
Hello.
I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person
Conrad.
before.
Voigtveer bows his head and focuses his attention on you. You can hover your cursor over the highlighted words to learn more about them. A rogue trader is a subject of the Imperium. With a unique hereditary title, a rogue trader is tasked with exploring and exploiting the still uncharted regions of the galaxy for the benefits of mankind. And not just to get rich from being naughty on the stock market. My name is Fudette. And as to avoid any misunderstandings, I am a sanctioned psyker. I have no intention of introducing myself. We're going to go with that one because we don't want misunderstandings.
I am aware of that fact. It would have been
Say my
unacceptable
name.
negligence to have overlooked such a detail when compiling your profile. Fate bestowed upon you powers of witchcraft, and a duty to use them for the good of the Imperium. Yours is truly an unenviable lot.
You know, I might turn you into a frog. Got it.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencius, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with her ladyship. Bear it with honor.
Lord Captain? Strange title for the Lady Theodora. Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have you brought me here? You have a curious title. Master of Whispers, what are your responsibilities? Tell me about the one whose ship I have found myself. You say I'm one of the rogue trader heirs, so there is another candidate.
There is. And you will meet him soon enough.
And I will kill him. There can be only one. I assume you had some gold in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let's address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far.
You say so.
The Lord Captain and Master Ethelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Didn't they just put a load of letters in a box and then pulled them out? That's the right name. Ethelthrad. Right, we have movement now. Move your character. Yeah, I've got it. That's fine. Oh, we can rotate the screen, look. Can we go down there? Ooh. Well, right in the lights. They are nodding in unison. Interactable objects. With some objects in the game you can be interacted with a special way. They are marked with special icons. Some icons allow you to study objects, others will transfer the character to neighbouring locations or a small launch events. These icons become visible when your character is standing close enough. Oh, she shifted it a bit. Like that one over there. Show the data on the vid screen. Show the data on the vid screen. That's definitely data. Crew, Barney McGrew. Attack nomads. Alright, so we need to... Oh, now we're over there. Glory giver of knowledge. More data. Where are we actually supposed to be going then? Ah, it was just fog of war. A candlelit altar with a copy of the 2348th volume of the Lex Imperials. That's a lot. That's a big codex. Let's talk to Conrad Voigtwehr. Come on then. Open the door.
One of the Von Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening?
Well, that can't be good.
Have gone berserk!
Watch this spectacle unfold!
To survive the grim darkness in the far future, you will have to face enemies of all kinds and fight for your life. These hints and tutorials will familiarise you with the combat system of Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. Click the button at the top of the screen to start the battle. I'm assuming they mean the one that says start the battle. There is us. Movement. So this looks very XCOM-like. All battles in the game are turn-based, take place on a grid. Movement points determine how far a character can move, and then we're going to have some action points. So, do we have cover? We can't get any cover even. How do we commit that? Oh, push it twice. Action points. To make an attack and use abilities in combat, the character must spend action points. Their total is displayed at the pattern at the bottom of the screen. Every attack or ability has certain action points associated with it. Number of squares next to the icon of the attack action and the abilities indicated by an action point cost. To attack, first click the left mouse button on the single shot. And hover over an enemy and click the left mouse button again. Certain abilities in the game are considered attack actions and can only be used once per turn, unless they are affected by a specific talent. What have we got here then? That is pistol shot. And these are our abilities here. We have Ignite. One creature within a 12 cell radius. Can we reach him? We can. I think that's all of our action points used up now. When you're ready to end your turn, push the space bar.
Die!
Uh-oh, he's coming after us. Or not. I think we might move away. Oh, he's got an attack opportunity there. Don't fancy that. What have we got here then? Analyse enemy now. I think we'll shoot him.
Schemes within schemes within schemes.
Oh, I don't want to move away. He's got 15 hit points left. So we'll end the turn. What are you shooting me for, you stupid? Well, I'm glad you went and killed him, because he's bloody useless to me. That causes 4 damage. That causes 7 to 11, so that's actually quite a weak attack, or at least against him it is. Be careful, companions can get hurt by your burst shots.
Death to the heretics!
Winners.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Well, not if they're between those decks and that's where their plan exists, but alright. Continue. Uh-oh. Oh. Spread out, no one's allowed to enter the premises stations.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
I'll give it a go. Is there anything? Yep. Let's open the map and have a look then. That's quite a big corridor, isn't it? Which this corridor? Or that corridor? Corridor, maybe? I don't really know which way I am facing at the moment. Not a great map. I think it's pointing us down here though. So that door. We got the wires in the serviator's head, the servitor's head, still smouldering. So the cause of this malfunction was a short-circuiting of the motive force. Well, they don't look like they have any stuff to pick up. There's no looting. I wanted to loot. Violet alloy. Black shards. None of these things are actually very useful. But that's a massive golden amalgam. With sparkling artifacts. Particles, artifacts, particles. It's no solid. Well, we've seen all that stuff. It's just more of the same. Did we just go the wrong way? Because that's like outside. This is the... Is this the same place? Or is this a different direction that we're looking at them? I can't really tell.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Edelthrad is not his real name. Let's survey the room. Your first impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of a parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants and bone. The nervously twitching fingers. The face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all sounds and signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. Which one is he? Is he him? I think it's him. In stark contrast to Edelthrad, Valentius's features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasise the difference in status between her and Edelthrad. Well, I mean the name, for starters. Behind the two of them you see two more men. One is grey-haired and impeccable, bearing who is studying the contents of his data slate. Tablet. It's a tablet. The other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and baldricks containing all manner of weapons. Not baldric, baldricks.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer.
Well, give me the question first.
Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining.
Good word.
The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Those spirits could well be the natives' name for dangerous aliens. I would first verify if it is indeed the case, and if the population of Aeon 6 engages in Xeno worship.
Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor.
Yeah, screw you, lady.
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence.
I gave a straight answer to a simple question which, as I understand, was still more than you could do. Edelthrad.
Insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare you?
How dare I?
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officers' deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
Don't see an R in that word.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
Yeah, sod off then.
So, why are you here?
The name's Fedette. Say my name. Was it not you who sent for me? I don't know just yet. I hope you will clarify that.
Clarity. a luxury that few of us can afford. There is a reason why I did not explain all the details of the question I posed to you earlier. Beyond the borders of the Imperium, seldom is one granted an opportunity to enjoy information in abundance. This, however, is one such opportunity. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all.
Yeah, the TLDR would have been fine.
It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
Yeah, fantastic. So we can be entitled as well. One of? Does this mean that they're theirs?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate.
No, we're going to slit his throat later.
Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Well, we're not doing number 4, because obviously Edelthrad is not the right person for the job. I don't want to sound too forward with 1, so we'll go. Thank you for clarifying my asked question there.
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
Gracious Lord Captain, surely there are ways I can prove myself a worthy heir. Sounds a bit grovelly. An incident took place on the opposite deck. Some serviators went berserk and attacked the crew.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Who's uneducated?
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
What are my current responsibilities?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Ethelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
Well, we're going to go for the grovelly one.
You can start by not asking questions of this sort. I have no need for sycophants. I will draw my conclusions when an opportunity to prove yourself arises. As for when you will be granted that opportunity, only the God Emperor knows.
So we'll stab you in your sleep as well. I have no more questions.
In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
I think I already did that when I killed you little things before.
Into the fray we charge! Let the blood
1, 2,
flow!
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 of them. Actually, there's 13 of them. Right, I think we've got that. We don't have initiative here, I don't think. Unless that is the next actor. Maybe we do have initiative. Start the battle.
For now.
Follow my lead.
We don't have control over any of these things.
Weapon at the ready.
They seem to be dropping
Out of my way!
pretty fast.
I've suffered worse.
Push out.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Too fast to die. We dodged. Use cover to avoid enemy attacks. Yes, that sounds like a plan.
War is my muse.
Actually, let's shoot him.
Let's see. Another one is shattered.
Got a critical hit. Fantastic. He went down like a sack of spuds.
Chaos guides me! Death to non-believers! Brace yourself, Abelard.
I mean, didn't they notice all of these heretics on board?
No mercy for heretics!
I took care of this one. Stay vigilant, for the glory of the Imperium! Death to the weak! Out of my way! I've suffered worse.
Alright. Positive effect. Your character has received a temporary positive effect from an ally. We're gonna try and shoot him. He has 9 health points, I think. I think we're gonna do him an ignite though. That's quite nice. They got little smoke trails from the weapons. I was going to shoot him.
Reduced to dust!
Well, dust, I'm not sure that's accurate. Let's move to there. I think these people are going to be dead before I manage to get to them.
My place is at the fore.
Bit late now.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive.
Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
What are your orders then?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
You say so? Find the Arch-Militant.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
That looks like battles going on.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Yes, thanks, Kunrad.
Always on time, eh, Kunrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Watch.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Geller field failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only Voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Mutiny? And who would attempt a mutiny here, in the warp? A mutiny against the Emperor's anointed. Execute the traitors, every last one of them. We must provide immediate assistance to those on the middle decks. Perhaps we might stop this wave from spreading.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once.
Are you gonna send us, are you?
Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
He's your traitor.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-Militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain.
Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Ethelthrad back,
Nah, just let him
I could
die.
use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Ethelthrad's psychic powers.
Discover the whereabouts of
Then
Ethelthrad
it's
the
settled.
heir.
Find Ethelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
I can't promise that I won't kill your nearest, dearest heir somewhere along the way.
Kunrad, keep an eye on our spirited guest. You are personally responsible.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
I shall make do, lead the way.
Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
With a pop and sharp crackle, something hits you in the abdomen and you are consumed by unbearable gut-wrenching pain. Oh, so Kunrad is the rogue, is he? What a bastard. Kick somebody when they're down.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. She has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber, and for that, I need her breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
Wheatver, you two-faced scum. You're the one behind this mayhem.
How perceptive of you.
Yeah, I'm pretty perceptive.
I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself.
Yeah, that's not going to help you.
We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
No, I won't. I'm going to use my psychic powers against you. The blade flashes in the dim light, drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous. Your head is spinning and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drawing out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate, go to the gate, go to the gate. I'm going to fight the voices in my head. The voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence, forcing you to your feet and making you step towards the gates. I'm going to look for anything I could use as a weapon. You look around in the hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. But your search is in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or protruding piece of rebar in sight. Let's examine the device then. We've got 20 experience for it. The servitor on the gates begins to move. Screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. Serviator's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in dim light. Why would they give these things fangs? Seems a bit of an oversight to me. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that filled your head after Voigtvir, who wounded you with his blade, did not go away. On the contrary, their sources coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Look for that. I mean, I think it's pushing us to do that, even though we don't want to do it. The Sentinel's jaw clamps around your hands, puncturing your skin, sinking into your flesh. You immediately hear humming as the servo motor starts up and the pumps stir into motion. Several long minutes pass. That's a lot of blood it's sucking away then. The Sentinel's jaws remain closed and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against a gate you could catch your breath.
High levels of caustic humours. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
Yes, I require assistance. Pain shoots to your head, subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
That's a bit burny.
Well, there is still another way.
Check the warrant chamber. Let it be known that by my will and true to the words of this document, I appoint the person to be the bearer of the warrant trade and bestow upon them their dynasty. Be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into the darkness, to unite to reclaim what was lost. To triumph over nightmares and to hold the bold reins of fate, to walk steadily in the roads of the thorns, through whatever that was too fast for me to read.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
I need a weapon.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
What madness is happening here?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
Are you the Warrant Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
Lead me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
As the game story unfolds, you will see notifications at the top of the screen. That's our journal. Fantastic, thank you. Well, it wants us to follow him. Seal the warrant chamber, I think. We'll do that.
Mistress? Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me, what is the meaning of this?
Conrad Voigt there is a traitor.
What?
He intends to take revenge on Theodore for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Mistress, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Voigt there openly admitted that he is the mastermind behind the mutiny.
Saints' blood! Then it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Mistress. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster.
See, I knew that shutting those was not a good idea. I said.
You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Thank you. Find a weapon, accept the aid. Yes, we have accepted that. Let's get our inventory then. So, we'll put a weapon in there. Where is our health? Have armor. And a bag. Can we not use that? Can't be equipped. Oh, we've got full health anyway, so we're okay. Will you come in?
Your seneschal is always there for you. If such is the Emperor's will.
This galaxy is my playground.
We are the spearhead of the Imperium. That is a noticeable improvement.
Good.
Now you're prepared for the trials ahead.
Not really.
The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
I heard one of Theodora's box casts.
Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well, and safely in charge of the ship's defense.
For the
In the
Imperium.
meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course. Come.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved.
Yeah, all right.
Onward.
Abelard. Huh? Combat begins with a tactical phase in which the characters cannot attack or take other actions, but they try and take up advantageous positions. Let's take up an advantage. Well, there don't appear to be any. That's advantageous there then. And you can advantageous there. I want you to face the other way around though. Start the battle!
Ah! I serve the ruinous powers! Chaos guides me! Ah!
Your new companion is a warrior. He has melee combat. He's using a melee weapon. Well, let's cut him then. He has no armor. Six movement points. Where is his health though? Let's cleave. Oh, 8 to 10 damage, and that's 8 to 10 damage, but only costs 1 action point. That's brace for impact and charge. Well, I mean that of strike makes the obvious sense.
It will
really.
be done.
He's got a chainsword. Okay. Right. Can we switch to Fidette, or do we have to push space bar?
Death to non-believers! Ah!
I serve the ruinous powers!
Ouchie. Abilities. We can't do single shot, can we not? Why not? Because we're too close? Let's ignite them then.
Oh, a wicked thought! I am your doom!
That's 3 on 1, that's not really fair.
Death to the weak! Out of my way! Ah! Ah!
And we can charge, can we, over here?
Victory is imminent.
Well, we did burn them again.
A genius work!
Don't know why they're getting these extra attacks in. I think it's because we must be there. I mean, I expected them to get an attack in there.
Such
is the will of chaos! I want to get healed up.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Good, you're dead. Right, can we heal?
I'd rather not.
Oh, okay. Well. Now can you heal?
Let me help.
Your efforts are noted.
And can you slap him one? Apparently not. Missed. We can shoot them this time. That's going to do 12 to 16 damage.
Oh, a predictable downfall.
Chaos guides me!
You're a good shot, mate.
A tactically sound approach.
Yeah. It did nothing. Got the experience points. We win, I think. And we leveled up. And now we've got some skills. Can we actually choose skills? We want to increase how do we increase this then? I'm not sure exactly what we did there. Clear whether this is automatic or what. That's not very clear. At least we killed them all though. Here's a map of your void ship. I think that's going to be more of the same. Let's save this, I think. Save. So that is Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. So far seems like a pretty good CRPG. The combat seems pretty good. Not mad keen on the leveling up screen. I need to take another look at that and try and work out how that works. But the storyline seems interesting so far. The graphically, I mean, it's not a looker, but it's perfectly adequate. And combat seems pretty good. So I'm going to look forward to playing a bit more of this. But that is all from me for today. I shall be back again tomorrow with another game from my Pile of Shame. Until then, I hope you have a pleasant Saturday and I shall see you later.